At the first clip, on the quiet stretch of Route 26 in Texas, David was driving steadily, enjoying the peaceful emptiness of the highway. His black sedan cruised along as he prepared to slow down for an upcoming turn. The road was nearly deserted, just him and a single silver car behind him. Without warning, a violent jolt threw him forward as the silver car slammed into his rear. The impact sent a sickening crunch through the air. His car lurched ahead, but he managed to steady it. In his mirror, he saw the silver car, a mangled wreck. Its front bumper had crumbled, the hood twisted open like a broken jaw. But then the silver car swerved uncontrollably, veering into the opposite pavement, toward the trees. And just like that, it was gone. The driver had been distracted by sheer exhaustion, his heavy eyelids betraying them for just a moment. Accidents don't wait for second chances. On open roads, alertness is everything. Second, racing into the unknown. In the second clip, Mark Evans was running late. The empty roads of rural Ohio gave him confidence as he pressed the gas, his blue sedan slicing through the wind. Ahead, a four-way junction loomed. No signals, no stop signs, just open road. He tapped the horn once, twice, 3 times just in case, but at that very moment from the left, a massive cargo truck thundered forward at full speed. Neither Mark nor the truck driver could see each other until the bang. The truck's front smashed into Mark's side with brutal force. The world spun as his car was thrown several meters, tires screeching against asphalt. Glass shattered, metal groaned, and then silence. Speed and blind junctions are a deadly mix. Mark had trusted luck over caution, but on roads like these, luck runs out fast. Always slow down. Always expect the unexpected. A fatal shortcut. For the third clip, at a railway crossing in Illinois, Daniel waited patiently in his car. The red lights flashed, the barrier was down, and the distant horn of an approaching train echoed through the air. He glanced at his watch just a few moments, then he'd be on his way. Across the tracks, a black sedan sat in a parking lot. Instead of waiting, the driver made a reckless choice. He turned sharply, aiming to cut across the railway tracks. The train's horn blared, brakes screeched, but nothing could stop the inevitable. The massive engine slammed into the black car, sending it flying like a toy. Metal crumpled, glass exploded, and in seconds it was over. Daniel sat frozen. A single decision had turned fatal. No shortcut is worth a life. When safety barriers are down, they are there for a reason. Always wait, always respect the tracks. Slippery roads ahead. At the fourth clip, Jason Miller was driving to visit his parents on the outskirts of town, eager to spend the weekend with family. The snow had begun to fall heavily, and the roads were quickly becoming slippery. As he navigated the winding roads, he kept his speed steady, knowing that winter driving demanded patience. Ahead, he saw a gray sedan struggling. The car swerved, its brake lights flashing in vain as it tried to regain control. Jason's grip on the wheel tightened. He could see the car's tires skidding on the ice, unable to stop. For several meters, the sedan zigzagged out of control before crash. It crashed into a tree on the edge of the pavement. Jason slowed as he paused, his heart racing. In snow and ice, even the smallest misstep can lead to disaster. Always stay cautious, because the road has no mercy. Number 5. Mountain Road Mayhem. At the fifth clip, the mountain road twisted sharply as Tom navigated his silver sedan with increasing speed. The narrow lanes left little room for error, but he pushed ahead, the thrill of the winding path fueling his drive. Out of nowhere, a black car appeared around a bend, heading straight for him. For a split second, Tom thought it was just a misjudgment until the black car swerved into his lane. Tom jerked the wheel to avoid it, but the impact was unavoidable. The black car collided with Tom's side, sending his sedan spinning toward the opposite lane. Before he could regain control, another car came barreling toward him, slamming into the front of his vehicle. The crash was devastating. Front windows shattered, and the car was completely wrecked. Tom sat there stunned. On mountain roads, one mistake can lead to disaster. Always respect the danger of sharp turns and speed. Racing against the light. At the sixth clip, it was noon, and the sun blazed down as Emily, a young woman in a hurry, sped toward the signal junction. She was late for an important job interview and couldn't afford to wait for another red light. When the light turned yellow, she pressed the gas, speeding through just before it turned red. Confident she made it, Emily continued a few meters past the junction. But then, out of nowhere, a pickup truck came from a crossroad and turned into her lane. Before she could react, her car slammed into the side of the pickup, the impact sending a violent jolt through her vehicle. Emily sat stunned. In her rush to beat the light, she failed to anticipate the truck's sudden turn. Racing isn't worth the risk. Sometimes even a few extra seconds can cost you. Number 7. The Timber Road Incident. For the 7th clip, on a misty afternoon in River Mist Hollow, Ethan Hale was driving home after visiting his mother in a nearby town. The narrow road was lined with towering trees, and just ahead of him, a truck loaded with logs rumbled slowly in the same lane. Suddenly, a speeding lorry came from the opposite direction and clipped the front of the truck before vanishing. The impact sent logs tumbling onto the road, rolling and shattering. Ethan slammed his brakes, his tires skidding on the damp asphalt. When the dust settled, his car was miraculously untouched. Breathing heavily, he carefully navigated around the debris. One thought stayed with him. Reckless driving can destroy lives in seconds. If the lorry driver had been more patient, disaster could have been avoided. Safety isn't just about you. It's about everyone on the road. And the last one, a tired mistake. At the final one, it was late in Brookvale and Adam had been driving for hours. His eyes burned, his grip on the wheel loose. Just a few more miles, he thought. He could make it. At a red light on Maple Avenue, a silver SUV waited. Adam didn't see it. His foot stayed on the gas, and for just a moment, just one, his eyes closed. The crash snapped him awake. Metal crunched, his seatbelt locked, his heart pounded. The SUV's driver stepped out. Adam rolled down his window, breath unsteady. I think I fell asleep, she exhaled. You're lucky. Sirens nearby. Guilt hit harder than the crash. He had risked everything. No destination is worth your life. Rest before the road takes more than just your time. 8 different drivers, 8 different moments, but the lesson remains the same. One mistake on the road can change everything. A moment of distraction, a risky shortcut, or the rush to beat a light can have devastating consequences. Roads don't forgive, and speed, fatigue, and carelessness don't offer second chances. Every turn, every stop, and every decision matters. If you've ever witnessed a close call or survived a dangerous moment on the road, share your story in the comments. Let's spread awareness and save lives. And don't forget to subscribe for more real road stories and safety tips. Stay safe out there.